Hello and welcome back to the Monch Hours podcast. I'm your host John, and I just want to kind of jump in here real quick before the actual video starts. We, as a podcast, have been pretty fortunate enough to not have to deal with that much technical difficulties, but there comes a time when everything just goes against you at one given moment, and this episode, that's what it was. Whether it was recording software for the audio or the recording software for the video, something, both went wrong at some point during the recording session. So just want to give you that heads up as we dive into here. For the most part, it's pretty solid. You might see a little bit of cutaways, but that's just where things happen. So I just want to give you that heads up, and we'll get right into it. I'll see you guys when I see you. Hello and welcome back to the Monch Hours podcast. Today we have a very special episode, or just special episode. We are talking about the Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament saga, or that arc. And for that, we brought in a special guest, which we'll introduce in just a second. But as per usual, I'm your host, John, and I'm here with my co-host.
That's me, Jordan. What it do? And my little brother, Hayden. But don't listen to John, dude. He's not special.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, well, that's, I'm not special. I didn't say that. I said the episode was special, so actually, sorry, Jay.
Dude, just let me throw my shade.
You can try, but I mean, it's not going to work.
Why are you protecting him?
Protecting who?
Don't protect him.
Wait, oh, you're talking about your brother. I thought you were talking about me.
Oh, yeah, my brother.
No, dude, you can take us to Jack in the Box, man. I got the respect.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Anyways, guys, so we're talking about Dark Tournament, and then we will kind of touch base on everything else we saw this week shortly. So I hope you tune in and continue watching for that. And with that, we'll crack the cold one and cue the intro.
Welcome to the Monch Hours podcast, where we consume manga and anime with pleasure. Crack a cold one and enjoy the show.
I hope we can finally fight without any distractions now.
How do you know the Muju style?
Fate is a fascinating thing. The Muju style would be something that I alone am the master of. There's no escaping that it's your destiny to die by my hand.
Since it is destined, I'd like to see what the Hand of God is all about.
Gladly. I've been sitting idle now for far longer than I would have liked.
I'm not going there to die. I'm going to find out if I'm really alive. I have to do it, Faye.
It's all a dream.
Yeah. Just a dream.
And we're back. Jay, why don't you go ahead and take a lead on this one?
Oh, shit. I'm the conductor on this train now, bro. You sure about this?
Hey, man, you got the Bear Grill status now.
You put me in the pilot seat. Uh-oh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I mean, I guess we gotta follow in your trend of talking about the brewskis that we cracked.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What you sipping on over there? Let's start with Hayden. What's
Hayden, yeah, let's get Hayden in here.
I'm sipping on a nice American Coors Light.
Wow. Can't go wrong, man. That's
Classic.
It's a classic, dude. Can't go wrong with the curse.
Y'all.
Is it a can or is it a bottle? There's a difference. Ooh, can. Dude, I prefer the can. So you good. And John, you?
I got, the Indian Pale Ale. Keep it going. From local institution company. This is called State Street. And it's pretty crispy. Pretty nice. It's got a little tall boy going. So it should be good for this whole episode. But You know how
Right.
fucking hot it is here in California. So
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, while I'm thinking about it, California, like, y'all stay safe out there. My brother's Hayden. You closer to the fires right now, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like raining ash out here all day. Smoky.
Oh shit.
oh shit! Wait, what? I didn't know Hayden was up in NorCal.
Yeah, he's in
Right in
Central,
the
right?
middle.
Yeah.
Oh
So
damn. Okay.
what's it?
Coming
It looked
back
like.
from LA, the whole drive from LA was smoky. Like all 5 hours of it.
Damn. Looking like Mordor out there.
I thought I was in like a horror movie going through the hood.
Damn. Well, stay safe, bro. This
You
might
said,
be the
yeah.
last time I talk to you. Shit.
It's the last podcast. This is the last. This is gonna be on record as the last time you hear Aiden's voice.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be like looking back and listening to it and crying. Oh man. All right, let's not go this dark path.
Hey man, you're the conductor, baby.
I know you fucked up. You put me in the seat.
Hey, I didn't fuck up. This is entertainment, baby.
I
This is
got
entertainment.
let me talk about my beer, bro. You guys got your spot. I'm drinking a nice bikini blonde lager again. And that's it. I don't know
all
that-
that slack for that, huh?
Bro, I was gonna say, dude, you always got them primo choices on beer. I'm always impressed. You always got like a new brewery you're hitting up, or so kudos to you, bro.
Can I say, man? I like my beer.
Yep, you do. I appreciate it. All right, so we haven't had many guests on the show, but it seems like it's kind of a trend for us to let them tell their little background story on anime and their love of the genre and like what got them into it and all that good stuff. So Hayden, let's hear your story.
All right. Let's see. Let's take it back to about the 3rd grade.
Ooh.
Jordan here had all the anime on deck. He had every season of Dragon Ball Z, all the box sets, all the Yu Yu Hakusho, all 4 seasons.
Yeah.
He didn't want to see me shine, so I would have to sneak into his room when he'd go to work and steal the DVDs and then just put the case back so he wouldn't notice. And then I had a little flip-up Sony DVD player that I would watch anime all night from like 9 at night to 1 in the morning. I'd be watching like Dragon Ball Z or Yu Yu Hakusho or whatever show he had. And then, yeah, that's where the love started.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember when I caught him, dude. Like, I remember, I don't even know what I was doing. I was just like, I might have just been sitting on the floor, like, let me look at my anime, and cracked open a box set, and fucking lo and behold, all the discs were missing, and I knew exactly where they were. I stormed in his room. I was like, just give them to me, dude.
I'm back, man. Hey, that's the younger brother, little brother kind of dynamic.
That dynamic, I know. So Hayden, like, looking back, what's your favorite anime? Like, be it your favorite of your childhood or your favorite nowadays.
All right.
What would you say is your favorite?
My favorite as a kid was definitely Dragon Ball Z. I used to act like Goku and all that shit. I don't know.
You ever power up?
Hell yeah, I powered up. I remember when we lived in Italy, Haley had these red slippers that went up past your ankle and they looked like Goku's boots. And I used to put those shit on my feet and then rip up a wife beater tank top.
Oh my God.
And I would charge up crazy.
Oh man, it's coming out.
Bro, I didn't even know about this. I feel like I'm learning something about you. I don't know if I like it. Wait, so you're telling me you wore our sister's boots?
Yeah, they look like Goku's boots. I had to do it for the costume.
Bro, you know this is going on the internet, right?
No shame, man.
No shame, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
I think, yeah, Jordan, you're done. Hayden, you're the new co-host, so.
Oh, smart move.
But for sure, my favorite anime is definitely Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay.
That's what I was
I watch this thing probably like every year for the past 4 years. I watch it once a year.
We got an expert on our hands.
Hey, man, that's all good to hear, especially considering, he's one of the younger anime fans and he still not only respects, but claims favorite. The classic is his favorite, so it's pretty good to hear.
That's true. We should touch base on that. Me and Hayden, there's 10-year gap between us in age. So yeah, he's a young one. He's a young gun over there. 21 years old. Claiming Yu Yu Hakusho. Some people at that age might not even know the show.
Yeah.
So,
I gotta put my friends on.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, man, you gotta stop peddling Lighthouse and start peddling Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah. So I remember you were reading like Shonen Jump for a while. Are you still reading any manga or?
No, I haven't read manga in a while.
No.
What
were you reading when you were reading?
I was reading, what's the volleyball one? I don't know how to pronounce it. Haikyuu.
Oh, Haikyuu.
Yeah, I read like a book of that. I read some My Hero, the fourth season, whatever the fourth season book was. I read that one.
Is that the like, overhaul?
Yeah, the overhaul arc.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
Just
then
got to that.
And then you guys were talking about Chainsaw Man or whatever. I read like the first
bro.
couple chapters of that.
Just the first couple chapters?
Yeah.
Fucking keep going, dude.
So that's about all I watched. And then I read some of Yu Yu Hakusho because I wanted to read it. But never finished.
Yeah.
Oh, and Dr. Stone. I read that.
Dr. Stone's good.
Dude.
Are you all caught up, Dr. Stone, or?
Not on the show. I read the first two books.
Yeah, you were buying a physical, right?
Yeah, I was reading the physical.
Okay.
No.
Sick. I just started reading Dr. Stone. I watched the anime last year and I loved it. I just started reading it earlier this week and I'm all caught up. I'm like way past I'm like way into it, like pretty deep into it now. But dude, it's like really freaking sick.
Oh yeah.
I like the manga a lot.
That's what's up. Yeah. So being the big brother, I'm gonna claim that all of your good taste, because everything you said right now, I'm gonna claim it as my own, because I mean, obviously you're my little brother and you look up to me. So just so you know, like I'm patting myself on the back right now, and I did good with this one.
Yeah, except for I had to steal the DVD.
It's true. I should have been better and just let you watch them. We live and we learn. We live and we learn. So let's get into Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament. So I know, Hayden, we know you stole the DVDs. That was your first encounter with Yu Yu Hakusho and the Dark Tournament, of course. John, how about you? Were you on it like Toonami run or?
Yeah, straight up Toonami, man. That was every 90s kid who's watching cartoons or an anime was on it from Toonami block, and that's the start of it. You know, as you know, you had the Gundam, Yu Yu Hakusho, then you had Sailor Moon, and you had what else? You know, that's that block was always on point.
So, I watched it on Toonami too, but the first time I'm pretty sure I watched it in continuity was when I bought the DVDs. Were you able to stay like current? Like, did you miss anything, or was it you were there like programmed to be on the TV so you didn't miss like the next episode? Because I knew for me, like, that wasn't the case. I legit would catch like one episode and then be, 3 episodes ahead when I saw it again.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. There was the times you just missed it, and that's how it was. That's how I was being a kid too. You had to go, babysit or get dropped off somewhere, and kid shit. You don't really. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Where you kind of skip ahead. That's how it was, and a lot of the times that's
true. Yeah.
A lot of our memory is like fragmented in that sort of aspect. So I didn't like get a consecutive run of it till like streaming services came out when they were that, and I think it was like I was still in press kit or whatever, like a long time ago, and I was like watching it for like the first time in like a full run, like a full one to end run, and it was pretty good, pretty cool.
Yeah, there's something about that. Like I cherish both memories. The fact that there was that point where we're like, fuck, I gotta get home. Like I need to be in front of the TV. Like I like that aspect, but also there's like I cherish the memory of like buying the box set and heading home and like being able to just binge through a whole 25 episode season in like 2 days.
Yeah.
So there's something to both. How do you feel about that? Hey, and you kind of missed all this like scheduled TV. Like you don't remember Toonami, do you?
Yeah, no. Well, actually, I remember very, very faint memories of Dragon Ball GT, seeing the Super
Oh,
Saiyan 4.
that's unfortunate.
But that shit was badass to me as a kid. So so yeah. And then stealing the discs, I got every episode right there.
Yeah.
Only thing is, I would scratch them up sometimes, and they would be all chopped.
Oh yeah, dude. He scratched like probably 8 discs out of my anime collection.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Damn.
But that's behind us.
Hey,
we're
but
over
look where he's at now, and it's all for a reason.
Yep. Look at him. But so yeah, looking back on the Dark Tournament, we're gonna focus on that. What is your favorite like scene, like standout scene? What do you remember when you think of Dark Tournament? What are you thinking as the moment for you? Let's go with John Carl first this time.
All right, yeah. So I think you know where I'm getting at. For me, it's always the Chu fight, Chu versus Yusuke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my favorite fight of the whole. Like Toguro fight was of course badass, but like when I think of like the Dark Tournament and like the most standout fight for me was definitely that one. And for sure, it's the accent, the Aussie accent, like is choppy at times, but it just all kind of adds to the charm of that '90s dub that I love so much. But like that's where I think for me at least the Dark Tournament really started to pick up its pacing and just kind of sucks you in because I don't know. It's just the two characters, Yusuke and Chu, are fighting at it, and then they do their things, they power up, they have these super cool moves. Like every fight has like these super cool moves, right? And then like some outlandish names, and everyone's like shouting out their special moves. But then at the end of this one, makes it badass to me. It's just that knife edge death match where it's just blow for blow, and there's no tricks, there's no nothing. There's just two dudes going at it till the first one falls. So for me, that's the standout fight for me.
I feel that. Yeah, I always think about that fight. I'm pretty sure we've touched on it. And dude, the whole fight right there, it kind of, in my mind, it sums up like Yusuke as a fighter in general, because he's not technical. He's just a brawler, and that's the epitome of brawling. They're stuck in one spot, and they're just trading blows. And I love that. Good choice.
Yeah, man.
Hayden, what about you?
Yeah, that's the best fight in the Dark Tournament.
Oh, look at
I watched that fight right before with this because that's my favorite fight of the whole tournament. That knife battle, so badass.
Yeah.
Just all the little commentary on the side from the other characters, funny. I like when Chu, he's like getting introduced and he's all just completely obliterated. Yeah.
And like he takes like a sip of a flask, and like I think it was the announcer. Someone was like, "That's blah 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 liquor. That is like the most strong liquor in the world, and one sip will get you shit faced, basically." And he chugs like a whole thing of it. I was like, "Oh, this cat's wild."
Yeah, he's for real.
Yep. Yeah, you guys got a good choice. I mean, Hayden, you piggybacked on John Carlos, but that's cool.
Yeah, man. I think too.
We can talk about another two. I got my other favorite is definitely Takuro, and then the wind guy. I don't remember his name.
Well, with Jordan, what's your favorite? Let me get to yours, man. Or are you going Chu as well?
I mean, that is a good fight. I do like Chu, but dude, it's hard. Like I love the Kuwabara and the Elder Toguro.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. I hate Elder Toguro as a character. Like despise him. But just dude, I think Kuwabara is for sure my favorite character.
Yeah, Kuwabara's badass.
Just like in that fight, I remember he busts out a move that he hadn't used and he never uses again. But if you remember Elder Toguro, his power, he's like I don't know how to. He's like goo almost. Like he can. Like, what would you explain? Is like he has no bones? Maybe like he's like all
He
flesh
can move
and
his organs. I remember he says that he can move his body parts anywhere
yeah,
he wants. So he can always like
protect his like
escape,
vitals.
escape attack.
Yeah, it's yeah. So he's got like a strange, like this physique, and like he's able to just take whatever it throws at him. And I remember Kuwabara busts out. He's got his normal the spirit sword, and then all of a sudden he's just screams out spirit fly swatter, and then he just fucking slaps Elder Deguro, and it like cuts him like it's like a cheese grater. He's like a bunch of different like little cubes. It's like, all right, let's do this, Kuwabara. That's cool. So I think I appreciate that. Just a Kuwabara. I'm a Kuwabara.
Yeah, I think Kuwabara, man, is like one, he's voiced by the god Christopher, I think it's Sagat, which is Vegeta and countless other iconic roles. So he really carries that character and personifies that character, at least for me, like that. And you got the standard, the classic, like high school punk motorbike head, motorhead haircut. Then as we get into like the final episodes, he's got the white coat with like no shirt. He's got the bandages wrapped up. And he's like, damn, Kuwabara, you hit the drip so hard, man.
Yeah, bro. He's like a greaser. Like he's like 1950s greaser. Pompadour. Kuwabara is the shit. So yeah. So this is in my mind like the like the epitome of the best when it comes to a tournament arc.
Oh, okay. You're claiming the best, huh?
In my mind, it is. I just wanted to see your thoughts. Like, where do you think in your hierarchy of tournament arcs and being anime fans? We know that tournament arcs are kind of a dime a dozen, like almost every anime. I mean, some are even based strictly around the tournament, as we see like God of High School or Baki the Grappler.
Right.
Like, where do you see this in your like hierarchy of tournaments? Giancarlo?
For me, it's definitely like at least like top five. Top five for sure. Top two probably. One I always go back to is like the My Hero tournament arc. I really like the My Hero one. I feel like that one with like tournament arcs, it can flop pretty hard. I feel like, but like what needs to happen is like like you need to have, of course, some badass action scenes that are prevalent in any tournament arc, but also is the character growth progression for both the main characters and the side characters. And that's when you get like a lot of the times where they're pushed to the limit and they surpass it and they come up with these new clever ways, be it a sword fly swatter like Kuwabara or Kurama going Yoko Kurama, and then of course Hiei with his mastering of the darkness, Dragon of Darkness Flame. So it's definitely up there. I mean, it's really, if I gave it some more thought, I could probably get some more concrete feelings about that, but it's in the top 5, top 3 for sure.
Yeah, that's true. That's it. I always forget about the My Hero tournament arc. I don't know why. It's a good one though.
It's
What's
really
wrong
good.
With me? What's wrong with me?
Well, you consume so many anime, sometimes you get a little.
Yeah. Thanks for the excuse, bro. I
got you, dude. I got you.
Hayden, where you stand on this?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's one of my favorites, just because I've only seen to my knowledge, I only remember the My Hero and then the Tournament of Power and Dragon Ball Super. And those ones, I mean, the My Hero one's super good. The Tournament of Power was pretty good too, but the setup for the Dark Tournament, all of that was just so good. And then the payoff with the fights.
Yeah.
I forgot all about Kurama's transformation.
Oh yeah, Yoko, right?
Yeah, Yoko Kurama. Mm-hmm.
Badass.
Yoko
Kurama's probably one of my favorite characters in the show. So
yeah,
that shit was badass.
He's good. What's he use? What's that seed he uses?
Oh yeah,
like the death seed.
Yeah, just like the death seed. Rose wit. Death seed and all that. It's funny because you watch and this is like the dub thing because you'll see it too. Like you watch obviously it, and Kurama has what he does something where he has like his rose petals and he's throwing them out and he's going against that one vampire guy. And he just says like rose petals, and that's all he says. But then like it flashes to the name of the subtitles, and it sounds like way more badass. It's like a 4-word thing, so it gets lost in the dub. It's like that with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, like Golden Wind. Is there? It's if you hear the sub or if you watch it in sub, you'll see that in the subtitles it says, "Oh, what would be a good one?" Like Bucciarati, his stand is Sticky Fingers, but the sub, I guess for what some copyright issue, always call it Zipper Man, even though you hear the Japanese voice actor say "sticky a finger" like that, and it's like, so it's funny seeing the two contrast against one another.
That's interesting. I never caught any of that watching JoJo's.
Yeah.
Is there anything like with the Pillar Man? Is there any contradiction? Because I always felt like that was weird.
I think it's
Pillar
mostly
Man.
with that golden experience because a lot of the stands are named after rock bands or prolific rock songs, like Purple Haze, Feedback, and then you have Golden Experience, and there was something. If you go, you'll catch them if you look for them.
That's weird because isn't the whole we're like on a tangent right now? Super
Yeah, no, we're on
tangent.
JoJo's.
It is JoJo's, but the whole like most of the naming caveats are rock bands. You got fucking what was it, season 2 with AC/DC,
Right?
like that, and then REO Speedwagon.
And then season 2 was
you got Susie Q as a song. I was like, okay, let's do this. I mean, even Dio. Dio's I'm like, all right, fuck yeah.
And then the Roundabout song from Yes, that's always in everything now.
Yeah.
It's even become like a meme. Yeah.
Hey, you watched JoJo's, right?
I only watched the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So I saw JoJo and then who's the other guy?
So Jonathan and Joseph.
Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph's badass. I remember he just pulled out the Tommy gun.
Speedwagon.
That's like a diner or something.
Blasted that. All right. Let's take it back to
reel it back, Dave. Reel it back.
Dude, I caught me a marlin. Fuck, we're reeling this one in. All right, Yu Yu Hakusho. The show is about Yu Yu Hakusho, and we're not going anywhere else, guys. So, when you like, I'm gonna use this as the whole show, not just the tournament arc, because I asked the question about how it stacks up as a tournament, but as a show. Let's keep it in your like the classics, because if you stack it in like the overall, like, fuck it. No, actually, let's just do an overall. How does this rank in your like overall anime listing? Would you say it's ranked high as a whole show? And it can be. It doesn't. I'm not asking because of like any high fluent reasons, but like just out of your heart, like. How much do you love the show? Prove it to me.
Prove it. All right, prove it to us first, man. Lead by example, Jay. Let's hear it.
Ah, man, I gotta lead it. Shit, I just set that whole thing up.
Bro, that's my power, dude. The perfect counter.
Damn. So for me, it's definitely. I would honestly say it might be top 3. I mean, I've said Dragon Ball Z. That's always been my king. But I came to Yu Yu Hakusho later than like multiple animes. I've had watched Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, like the classic Toonami run, and I'm pretty sure Yu Yu Hakusho was like a later addition to the Toonami run.
Yeah,
it wasn't on the same. Well, I mean, Dragon Ball Z was on the whole time, but when I saw it, like, I was like, this is dope. But like I had mentioned earlier, I never was able to catch it in continuity. So I came to it, I was probably like late, like 18, 19 when I first bought the seasons. And I remember just devouring the show one of our buddies actually, like, he's like, bro, you haven't watched it all? Like, you got to get on it. And I was like, okay. And then like I went and bought them. I remember they were on sale. So I just bought the whole series. And I'm pretty sure I like watched the whole thing in a matter of maybe a week and a half.
Right.
And like there's just something about it. Like you have your character, he's not your typical like
Goody two shoes.
goody two shoes. He's a delinquent, he's a troublemaker, and he like owns it. He knows that he's not like the best, but he's got a good heart when it comes down to like brass tacks. He's gonna do the right thing. He might just do it in like a in the not the nicest way, you know,
Right.
but he's always, his intentions are aimed in the right direction. And there's something that resonated with me in that, you know, he always comes out as the good guy, even when he might not, when you look at his overall deeds, he might not be. And the same with my boy Kuwabara. He's the same, like him and Yusuke are like one and the same almost.
Yeah,
Just
two
one
sides of
is-
the same coin.
Yeah, one might just be a bit stronger. And by a bit, I mean a lot. But there's something about Kuwabara, just in his heart, he's always trying to do the best. There's one episode I remember that stood out to me. Well, actually, let me say two moments. So it's early on in the first moment I'm talking about is when Yusuke initially dies, and it's like episode 2.
Yeah.
And Yusuke dies, and you see Kuwabara, he's like torn up about it, even though they hated each other from what you gathered. Kuwabara is torn up. He's like crying, like punching Yusuke's casket, and just saying like he just wanted one last fight. And there's just something about that that's like strong. Like even though that they were rivals, they supposedly hated each other, and that goes on throughout the series. He actually cared about this guy. And it might be out of respect, like he respected his strength or something. But like I appreciate that. And then another episode, I'm pretty sure this first season as well, is it kind of was like a filler episode, but there was like one of Kuwabara's gang members. He like worked at this store. It was like student work. Like he had to get a permission from the school to be able to have a job. His mom was sick or something. So he was like providing all the money for his family to survive. And then one of their teachers, who was kind of like a bitch boy, was like harassing them, saying that if anyone in Kuwabara's gang gets in a fight, he's going to revoke this dude's work permit. So then Kuwabara's like, he's like, no, we'll do it. Like, you guys just stay home. And then Kuwabara ends up like cornered by these other like rival gang members, and they're like provoking him and trying to make him fight. And Kuwabara's like, I'm not gonna fight, and he just stands there and just like gets the shit kicked out of him. And like you see him like after the fight, and his like face is all swollen, and he's just looking fucked up, but he's smiling because he knew that he did his part to like protect his friend's family's like livelihood. So like there's little nuances in the show that like early on too, like both those moments were definitely first season, that when I rewatched it after I bought the seasons, I was like, oh fuck, this like.
Yeah, Jay, I just want to kind of touch back and circle back where you're talking about how the moments where Yusuke or Kuwabara is crying over Yusuke's coffin, and how that was foretelling or foreshadowing of their rivalry and then their friendship to be, and how it grows throughout the series, and how that would be a great talking point as to why the series is so good. For me, where I consider the series as a whole, it's kind of hard to consider as a whole, not taking consideration the classicness of it. But if I were to rank it with every anime I've seen, then it would be top 10. I wouldn't say top 5. It would definitely be the top 10. If I were to go just on classics, then it'd be top 5 up there with like Cowboy Bebop, Neon Genesis Evangelion, and others like that as well. So that's where I put it on that. And it's because, you know, it's got a lot of the great things that I love about the 90s anime. You have the animation, the dub, which I love so much, and the aesthetics too. It's true to its era. So it's very charming. But yeah, classic top 5 in all of anime, probably in my top 10. It's really hard choice for me.
Yeah, I feel that. And we'd be at a miss if we didn't mention how bad the ending was, because for such a great show, it does have a terrible ending. And I feel like most people would agree with me when you look back at the whole last season, where it's just rushed. I'm not
Right.
sure. I've been trying to catch up reading the manga and see if it played out at like a better pace while in the written medium.
Right.
And I'm assuming it probably did, and there was probably animation constrictions and budgets and whatnot, but it feels really rushed at the end, which is unfortunate because it goes from, you know, in my mind, and it's still one of my top animes, it goes from like A+ anime, and it might drop down to like an A-, but like an A- with a lot of like caveats that I love that push it into like a top 3. It might push it above like another anime that is an A+, you know, just a perfect show. But, you know, of course, like we've talked in the past, it's always, when taste come into it, it's person to person. So you can not think it's a top 10, or I mean you do, but you know what I mean, it could be one of my top and not be one of yours, and that's cool. Like that's okay when we're talking. But yeah, for me it's still top 3, even though it does have such a bad ending.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's give the stage to Hayden, let him air out his thoughts on where this stacks up.
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is for sure top tier still. But yeah, the ending is something. I said in the beginning, I watch it every year, and I really don't even remember the ending that much. So
Do you even watch it? Do you watch the ending?
I don't think
Cut
I
it
watched
out.
it in the last watch through, but
Dark Tournament's a real ending.
Dark Tournament. I actually like I can't even remember the dude's name.
Sensui?
Yeah, Sensui. I like that arc actually, but
yeah, dude, that fight when he's fucking God mode.
Yeah, dude, it's badass.
That shit.
Two spirit detectives go head to head.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is definitely one of my top tiers. But I just like the creator Takashi, because he also did Hunter x Hunter and Hunter x Hunter to piss people off.
Hunter x Hunter.
Damn.
He's going
shade at the masses. Man. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a perfect show to me. So I think Yu Yu Hakusho, then Hunter x Hunter. Those are my favorite anime.
What's your top 3? Did we ask that? I don't think I asked that.
I mean, I'm just gonna add Dragon Ball Z to the list because
cultured, man. Look at this guy, cultured.
Damn, he's a '90s boy.
He lived through you, dude.
All right, let me ask this, because I haven't watched any Hunter x Hunter, and I mean, I said we were gonna rein it in, but we're gonna cast out a line real quick. And Hunter x Hunter, like, which is better, the '90s version or the remake?
I haven't even watched them.
Huh? Have you?
No, John? I just watched the remake.
Oh, okay.
I've heard that the remake's better. Plus, the 90s they got like one season, right? Like halfway through.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird to me. Like, I don't know why when I think about it, but the fact that I don't know why, like, anime, to me, there shouldn't be any remakes. Does it make sense? Like, I can understand a movie, but the transition, like, in my mind, I can't process why they would have to remake it. And I understand it because, like, art conventions can upgrade and, you know, there's techniques, but, or different studios at that taking over. But in my mind, I'm like, no, there should only be one version, you know?
The characters are kind of set in stone. It's not like
yeah,
you can't reboot them because it's like in movies, it's actors. They can put their own spin on a character, but in anime,
Right, that
Yeah.
voice is locked in.
Yeah, and
It's
it's all
like
based off
the
of like a manga, so it's like
yeah, it's like the NJE. It's like when they put it on Netflix and they decided to redub everything. It's like, why would you do that? Like, no one who's originally watched Neon Genesis Evangelion is gonna want to watch the same characters with different voices. It's just like,
yeah.
it's like a foul taste in the mouth. I think you have your caveats, like Hunter x Hunter for a reason. It wasn't all the way, or maybe there's some maybe that was just it's hard because obviously the animation would be the fight scenes would obviously be better and more hype, but I mean you still lose that everything else that came with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
True.
like the show is unfinished. You could reboot it because it's unfinished.
Can we reboot the ending of Yu Yu Hakusho? Just the ending though, like do it in like Studio Trigger or like
Or
just a
Bones or
different-
White Fox.
Yeah, just the season 4 picks up and it's completely different. It's like Wit Studio. I think that's who did.
This is a good point because it's like every fight was really cool in Dark Tournament arc, but for some reason, like the budget was skyrocketed for Hiei versus Bui because that animation was so fluid and so different than like any other animation in the Dark Tournament arc in all of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Weird. I wonder if they just had a lot more animators on
Or
there.
they just like Hiei. I mean, Hiei's badass, but
Yeah, I could see. Like I haven't looked at any like polls or anything. I could see Hiei being fan favorite. Hiei or Kurama, I'd say those would be the top 2, right?
Yeah. Well,
Like,
Yusuke.
For the masses, Yusuke is a good main
Botan,
character.
number 1, of course.
Yeah, I saw you. I thought you were a...
Botan's a real one when she smacks that asshole teacher in the face with the bat, her and Keiko. You remember that episode when everyone's getting taken over by the bugs?
Nope.
Well,
bugs.
Real one in that episode. Yeah, they get taken over by those parasites. And
Like a parasite, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Who's claiming Koenma as their favorite character?
Koenma's a real one too. I love it.
Koenma trips me out because it's like I hear him talking his accent one episode and the other episode it's not there.
Yeah.
I like his introduction into the Dark Tournament when he turns into the teenager.
Yeah, the Mr. Suave.
yeah.
And he's like, or he talks to Keiko or something. He's like, "Hi, I'm Koenma. I'm cool." And then he off.
I forgot about that. Shit. All right, so in the Dark Tournament, we see a lot of different characters, like character design, character powers. What stands out to you, be it like the good side or like a negative, like that was some garbage ass power. Like what do you see like being a standout? Like, what is memorable to you, Hayden? I think it's your turn to go first.
I like. He's not even that cool. It's not even a cool fight to me, really. But the kid with the yo-yos, I just like how he's messing people up with yo-yos, like 6 yo-yos on his fingers, messing people up.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I was about to say that as my negative. You gotta take that and put a good spin on it.
He is. That's crazy. Messing kids up with the yo-yo. So.
You know what's cool though? I mean, you wouldn't. This wouldn't really be like your time because you're a little baby, but I wonder for you, John, if you can relate. There was a point in like elementary school, and like middle school, at least for my age, where yo-yos became the hotness.
Yeah.
And every single kid had a yo-yo at school.
Oh yeah, they like banned him in mine.
Yeah, like it had to play. That had to be a
For
thing
sure.
that the animators were like, no, we gotta get a yo-yo kid in here because kids love yo-yos. Right? Like,
Yeah,
to me,
I can see it.
Happened in my school. Don't put my generation down. We had a yo-yo craze. Yeah, because
you guys had yo-yos?
some
Shit.
dude came and put on a whole assembly and did yo-yo tricks and then sold yo-yos. He probably made a fortune.
They did that to you too? Bro,
Yeah.
I remember they did that in my generation.
Yeah, we went crazy. I was learning all the tricks, the clock, the walk the dog, all of that. I was cool with the yo-yo.
Oh, bro, you could have been that kid in the Dark Tournament.
Mm-hmm.
That kid had his own unique drip to him. He had a little style going.
Yeah,
The whole team did.
I was watching the beginning yesterday, and he has like 3 little stars underneath his eye. I was like, damn, if I was able to get my face tattooed, I'd get that.
Get that?
Oh, so yeah, that covers Hayden's. I mean, we kind of got my little bit on
Your
that's
worst
my
take.
negative.
Yeah.
How about you, John?
I would
What
say-
stands out to you?
Worst take was the fucking Minotaur that like had like 10 seconds of screen time. He's going against the like introduction to the doctor team, like the all the experimented guys. And this Minotaur's like, oh, you know, try to be all big and brawny, and like just gets sliced and diced within 5 seconds, and that was the end. It just always like stands out to me, like, wow, did that even need to happen? Was that even worth like the budget of animation? But I think power, like in terms of power ups, Yoko Kurama, of course, even though it didn't last as long as I'd like to, but I mean, I think the whole Taguro, the Taguro power up was standalone, like carried that for me, because it's like very similar to you have like in the DBZ power up, someone's getting like yelling and like and they're like get a little bit more jacked and the hair changes color, but like Taguro, what I really liked is like for me, it really hits the point of selling your human side to the demons for more power, because as he goes to full 100% and he builds up from like 2080 to 100 and hits that full transformation, he's like there's no longer any human form to him. He has become essentially the demon. So that power up was my favorite because of that, because it showed the loss of man, I guess, if I were to get deep for it, and his lust for power. And it's funny because I always see like these what do you call them, gyms, fitspos, these Instagram fitness people, and they're always captioning Dragon Ball Z. Like that was like, if they go into anime, it's always Dragon Ball Z. But where's my Taguro merch, man? Where's my, you haven't even seen my 100% yet? That's what I would do, man. If I get ripped, if I get jacked, I'm going on getting some Taguro fan art and I'm putting it on, baby. Taguro method coming to DVD soon.
Shoulders are so big.
Yeah,
dude, he's got them traps.
I want that Taguro neck, dude. Looking thick.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about the Dark Tournament, and I feel like, I mean, that was kind of a good segue into it. We haven't really touched a lot on the Taguro and Yusuke fight, and just Taguro in general. And I kind of heard John's little take on it. Like, where do you stand with Taguro? Just how do you feel about him, Hayden? Just as a character, fighter, a tragic story, a sad story, whatever you think.
Sad story. I think the girl's badass in his own way. Because that dude was like, fuck it, I'm trying to be the best of the strongest dude.
It's a Tommy Hilfiger jeans, man.
Yeah, and he has some drip. I love the way he styled out. The long trench coat, the skinny glasses. That guy's cool.
Yeah.
Just his transformation. His lust for power, like John said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taguro's out there looking nasty at the end.
I know, he looks like a chimney.
And like it did kind of touch base on that. I don't know if you have anything else to add to that, Jay, but like the tragicness in it, we almost have some type of anti-hero mentality to Taguro when it comes to the end and he's fighting Yusuke in his final form, because constantly throughout that fight, he's berating Yusuke. It's like, you got to be stronger if you want to protect the ones you love. And it's almost like you're catching the remorse and regret in Taguro for what he chose, power over, Genkai, and ultimately killing Genkai's previous love and losing all humanity had left. And he kind of had that, don't be like me. You need to get stronger in order for this doesn't happen to you or happen to anybody else. You can protect the ones you love. So I think like that was a really cool take in terms of like character progression and forcing the protagonist Yusuke to hit that limit, which I really liked.
Yeah. It's true. Like his story is pretty tragic. And once the Dark Tournament's over too after he loses. Spoiler. Uh, just the fact that you find out that he's not gonna be like sent back to hell or whatever, he's gonna be in purgatory, and that just adds to his tragedy. Like he has to wander purgatory for the remainder of his life.
It was a warning, man. That's how I saw it at the end.
Yeah, and it's funny too. So he like sacrifices everything, his whole humanity, his heart. He gives up everything, his soul, for this power. And then when you find out later in the series how strong he actually became, and in the grand scheme of things, he was only ranked as a B class demon. I think it's like a B or a C. He was not even top tier in the ultimate like hierarchy of things. And it's like you said, it's like a warning, like don't give up everything, like who you are, in the pursuits of something that might not even be attainable, you know? Like you have to hold on to yourself too. And you kind of see that the vice versa with Yusuke, who stays true to himself, and he's able to fucking reach the limits. Like he becomes, at the end of it all, he becomes the king of the demons, takes over his father's role. Ryzen, I think is his name. Like he goes from this normal human, stays true to himself, unlike Toguro, and is able to reach a power that Toguro was probably ultimately chasing, but just took a path that was like a dead end, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn, I'll make myself cry thinking about Toguro now.
I love him, man. I love that guy as a villain. I think he's one of the best villains in anime.
Yeah, dude. Have you seen any like merch? Like I know you mentioned like gym stuff that you haven't seen, but like anything. So I know we've talked about anime like making the rounds. I mean, it's always been a hot topic, but just merch being in like PacSun. You said Urban Outfitters at one point.
Yeah, PacSun.
Have you?
Outfitters.
Yeah. Have you ever seen any Toguro shirts anywhere?
No.
See someone at Etsy right now.
Really? Someone's
Yeah.
got a sense of style. I appreciate
it's just
it.
a Toguro team. Oh, there's actually a couple of ones. Like just obviously like not a storefront.
Yeah. That's something someone needs to get on. We need more villains out there on t-shirts.
Some classic villains, man. That's where it's
classic. Do you, Hayden? I haven't asked you this. So in like the overall anime scene, this is more back to your love for the medium. Do you lean more like the classic side? And I feel like you do, but like when you watch anime right now, are you watching more 90s stuff or are you watching like current anime?
Really, I'm just keeping up with newer shows like My Hero, Black Clover. Those are like the only shows.
Oh, we got a Black Clover fan on our
we got a
hands.
Black Clover fan.
Dang.
So I love the 90s anime, but I'm not really watching anything right now. I want to watch Trigun, all those other ones.
Have you watched Bebop?
Yeah, of course I was.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jake. Come on, man. Give him some more credit, dude.
You probably stole it from me. Stole the DVD.
Because I think I found it because you always told me about Space Dandy.
Space Dandy's a good fucking show.
And then
wow.
I confused
Lady.
Dude, yeah, that was my ringtone at one point. All right. Yeah, I don't have any other. I'm at a loss.
Oh,
well, man, that's it. That's how.
Oh.
Go ahead, Hayden.
Can't talk about the Dark Tournament without talking about Genkai giving Yusuke her energy or power. Or whatever.
Was it like Spirit Wave or something?
Spirit Wave. Yeah, because that episode's hardcore. Yusuke is battling it out in that cave with himself.
Yeah.
On the verge the whole time, and you can see it all reflected in what was his spirit animal? What was
Who?
his,
Pooh?
Who or Poe?
Pooh!
you can
think
see
it's Pooh.
him struggling to get water for you stay and like falling out of the air. I don't know. That episode always hits me. Damn, he's still really good to beat to the how much it took for him and how easy
There's so many.
to just sell his soul after it's him.
There's so many nuances. Like there's so much I don't remember when, like you just saying that, I was like, oh shit, that did happen. Because it wasn't, Pooh was like a little guy in the beginning when he hatched. He had a whole arc, almost like a character arc. Because then he leveled up, got strong.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I need to watch the whole thing, beginning to end.
You
again.
watch it again, man.
Damn, I need to do the Hayden, the once a year watch through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hayden, what are you watching right now? You said Black Clover and My Hero. Are you watching? Is that basically it? Are you caught up on anything? Are you getting caught up?
You know, I haven't had much time out here. I haven't been watching much. I just started. I don't know if you'll count this as an anime, but I'm starting the Boondocks. I can say.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Boondocks anime.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so
That shit's good. We haven't talked
It's
about
good,
that.
yeah.
I just started from that shit's awesome.
Uncle Ruckus.
And I just love. Yeah, I love the Boondocks. Man. That's it.
Pimp named Slickback. Dude, that's good shit.
Afro Samurai 2 I watched recently. Did you ever watch that? You ever watch Afro Samurai?
I haven't watched that. It's you mentioned both of those. That's like an interesting like genre, I guess. It's because it's not, that's American, like both of those are American made, but it's definitely under an anime studio. So I'd be interested to look into the production of both of those to see if we're talking like, is it American animators or are they just American directors and voice actors?
I know in Afro Samurai, I mean, it's Samuel Jackson is one of the voice actors.
Yeah, he's one of the voice actors. Yeah.
RZA did all the music, so I'm guessing it's a big American studio. And I mean, in the RZA is like that, and he had all of the roots and all.
True. So yeah, one last thing pertaining to Yu Yu Hakusho. Can you guys tie anything to a current anime that you see might have sparked the thought for our current animators / directors to go in a certain direction, be it with a character or a theme or just whatever? Do you see any of those ties between the old guard being Yu Yu Hakusho and then the young bucks coming up with whatever you guys are seeing in current anime? Do you see any threads being tied? John Crow?
Oh, well, for me, it's like, I'm sure Kurobara wasn't the first, but maybe he was the first where, the delinquent with the good, idealistic morals and moral compass where, he's a punk, but he obviously fights for the greater good. And now that ties into, at least for me, like that was my first, Kurobara was my first time seeing that as a kid. But now I love that character. I love that character once, like Metal Bat in One Punch Man, or even the Mob Psycho too. You have him in there as well. But like that delinquent who obviously, is misunderstood, but he's got his heart in the right place.
True. A man after my heart, bro. You talking Kuwabara, you could just keep going. Keep on building up my boy. Hayden, you see anything?
Not that I can think of.
Nothing jumping out?
The way I could look at it, I guess, put my speed, is just seeing how much the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho pulled from this show and then used in Hunter x Hunter.
Right.
That's valid, yeah.
How he learned from making Yu Yu Hakusho, and you can see it in the characters.
Yeah.
in the story and all of that. So I guess that's what I would say.
I mean, you mentioned that you say Hunter x Hunter is in your mind like perfect. There's probably something to that, being that he, the creator, he might have learned from mistakes he might have made that we might hold against Yu Yu Hakusho, be it the ending for me or just whatever. He might have learned from that and built upon it while designing his master plan for Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
For me, I think of the rivalry between Yusuke and Kuwabara, and it's a common thing, but you know, rivalries between anime characters are a dime a dozen, of course. But like, I'm thinking of just it's a one-sided thing, but you have the Midoriya and Bakugo, and the fact that like Bakugo, he reminds me of like both Yusuke and Kuwabara. Like, he could be either one in the rivalry because he's got like his heart's in the right place, but he's brash, he's destructive, he acts on impulse just like both of them, and he's not, on face value, he's not the nice guy, the typical hero. And that kind of, for me, it goes back to Yusuke and Kuwabara as characters.
Right.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And you know, before we end this up, I gotta say, so we're getting past the 1 hour mark. So I know we're trying to make it a point to not go so deep into these episodes, especially because we're putting on YouTube and it's like the render's a fucking nightmare. But in terms of top 5 or just top of all time, Yu Yu Hakusho has one of the best openings with that Smile Bomb track.
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a hitter.
I was gonna mention it. I forgot.
Yeah, as we can't forget. That's like
that is the
one.
best intro ever.
Yeah,
yeah, that slaps
for sure. Yeah, just to fuck up that slaps. Get out. Yeah, I think we got it on in our pre-intro as well. You know, you hear it there. Some of my favorites. You got Smile Bomb, you got Tank from Bebop on there, and then the NGE opening as well. Some of the most prolifics in my mind. When you hear that track, it's like you're immediately immersed. And then even the endings, like there's 3 different songs that play through the end throughout the seasons up to the Dark Tournament arc, and it's like the city pop. As you know, like I'm super into city pop and future funk, so it's totally, you know, it's a fucking 90s kid. That's the best way to explain it.
Yeah, that's a good point. We would have been wrong. It would have been wrong of us not to touch base on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we would have been, the whole episode went out the window.
Yeah, look at you, dude. Golden Glove, just saving the show.
Gotcha, man. I got you, dude. I got you. That's why we're co-hosts, baby.
Co-hosts.
But yeah, everybody. Any final words from either Jay or Hayden?
Just want to thank myself for kind of doing good and making.
Other than that, we can already pass that.
Bro, no, let me.
You got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes. You better wrap it up between that.
One question: do you guys watch TV show openings in general?
Oh yeah, listen to them. I listen to them in my car.
Yeah.
I'll do anime openings. I don't. You're talking like all TV shows, no? But
oh yeah,
anime, yeah.
I have to.
Got to.
That intro gets me immersed. I watch every intro, unless it's a show like Office.
Got the anime opening playlist, man. You got Aimer, you got Mealy, you got Myth and Roy, Smile Bomb, you got even Kill la Kill on there. Ooh, we can go for day. I got the plug. If you need the plug.
Like I said, that shit slaps, bro.
That shit slaps, bro. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching again. You can find us on Instagram at Monch_manga, Twitter at Monch_hours. If you like, we're on YouTube, of course, now. So by the time you see this will be episode number 3. So we're working on getting some moving images for Jordan instead of having just a floating head like Zordon. Otherwise, I have to deal with my ugly face here. But hey, you know what? We got some video and it's going good so far. So thanks so much for watching, listening, and we'll see you next time on Monch Hours.
Later.
Thanks for watching. Till next time on Monch Hours.